in the dark, could be anywhere, but usually a natural setting. Sometimes walking the dogs, I'll see things.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. It's Dogman Teepee hunting and
Me.
yes. Yeah, how are you, mate?
I'm the Dark 66. Sorry.
Yes.
How's
Dark
the weather?
66. Yeah, it's still hot, isn't it?
So what? I've got the fans. I don't know. I hope the mic's not picking up. The fans are just going constant. I mean, I have to close my window. I don't know about you there, but I have a noisy neighbour syndrome here. So I've had to close the window, otherwise it would get too noisy, to be honest. I wasn't able to do it down here. But yeah, I've got the fans running. So it is up.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a storm brewing here. I don't know. It's really black over there when I've just looked out the window, and I don't know if there's a storm coming. Does anybody know? Are we due one?
I'm not sure, but I got caught in that downpour the other day. I know that. I was like on the scooter.
I bet that messed your hair up, didn't it?
Oh, I did. Look,
yeah.
It hasn't recovered fully either.
Well, you've got your hair straighteners, haven't you? And you got them with you.
Yeah,
yeah.
Funny enough, I thought, well, I'll have a shower, and smart myself up. Yeah,
first time for everything, Phil.
It take forever to smarten up, mate. I tell you what,
well, it's the makeup, isn't it? And your beard's blue.
Yeah, I know. It was a terrible accident. I tell you what happened. I fell over when a line marker was going along the road, and it went straight over my chin.
That's a shame. It ran you over. Must have known who you was. I would have done the same. There he is.
Yeah.
They must have known you.
Yeah, well, it's it's my wall paint. This one, yeah. It's when I go into the woods hunting Dogman. It's like kind of
at least they'll spot you with that, won't they?
That'll freak them out. They'll look at me and go, "What the hell is that?" Look at the state of him. Crikey. Look, and he's tied himself
imagine what they're thinking, to be honest. As soon as they see it, they say, "Here's them two idiots again."
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sure that's what they say. When I go in the woods, I'm sure they say, "Hey, here he is. He's back." Sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, well, hopefully it's like kind of after dark. That's the best time, because otherwise the sun glinting off your head.
Does your beard glow in the dark then when you're out
there? Anyway, welcome to the insult hour. Any insults, then feel free just to put them in the comments. That's fine. Only kidding. Yeah,
if you do some good ones, I'll pay you.
Yeah, if you do some good ones, imaginative ones, because we know how to take the mickey out of ourselves for kind of
you did have a laugh. I think I was saying to you when I was at college, there was two guys that used to train us. There was one real serious, one always had a joke. And which one did you learn the most from? The one who had a joke.
Yeah,
you got to take a light heart to a lot of things, really, to be honest.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I agree. I agree totally.
I've seen a lot of podcasts out there where they just really seem to be totally serious. I know it's a serious game, but it's, let's have a bit of fun at the same time.
You remember last week?
Oh, heck. I can't remember what I
yeah.
did yesterday.
Oh, no. So I'm the same.
My
I'm the
boss
same.
is the same. You remember what?
Yeah,
No?
I'm the same. Do you know, it kind of all the content and the messages, and don't get me wrong, I love getting messages, but all the content and stuff on Facebook and X and, YouTube and everything else, it just sometimes it just blurs into one for me, Cole.
Well, you'll get a lot more messages than I do. I know it's a lot of hate mail, but you still get
A
messages.
lot.
Yeah, I know that's what I mean.
A
And
lot of
I
hate mail, yeah.
appreciate half of them are from me, but you're
Yeah.
still getting them.
That's what I think it is, Yeah, they
Yeah.
keep saying the same thing. For goodness sake, stop. Do humanity a favor and stop now. That's
Oh,
what
that'll
I
be my
keep
mum. She'll be sending it them, yeah. I mean, you get a lot more than I mean. We discussed the other day, and I heard some really bad ones on YouTube about a story. But I mean, like I said, when these people come to us with stories, they don't say you don't get a certificate, do you? Say this is real or fake. You don't. You got to make your own judgment. But it's like you put them out there.
Yeah.
For the public to make their own minds up, and I do. But yeah, some of these comments that I've had, it's really hurtful, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we're just doing the world a favour, really, giving them stories. What people have had encounters, alleged encounters.
Yeah, that's it.
So make your own mind up. Don't have a go at the reporters. Basically, that's what we are, reporters, aren't we? In a way, I suppose.
Yeah, I agree. You summed it up. I've got nothing to add. You're quite right. I really haven't. You took the words out of my mouth. It's exactly
That's
right.
the
That's
best.
all we
Yeah.
are. That's all we can do. And
Yes.
I know that's all I do is I hear people and I talk to people and I, kind of relay
Yeah.
that account. And then if it holds up, there's no way that I can or we can sort of 100% prove any of it.
Yeah, sometimes you get a bit of red flags, don't you? Think, is it? Then you ask questions, you don't get the right answers. You think, is it? I still put it out there, let the public make their mind up. But then next minute, I get comments. Oh, you shouldn't have put this up there. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have. I don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, before I go anywhere else, I just would like to thank Roxy, Kate, and Dawn for being in the background.
Yes.
Like always, they do an absolutely fantastic job. I keep meaning to say it every week, and I keep forgetting, so I do apologise. They are the bones, the backbones of the program, really.
Yeah, thank you guys. Really, it helps so much. Last week I tried for about an hour and a half to get a guy on who's got a wealth of knowledge, Cole, an absolute wealth of knowledge.
Yes.
He's a proper boots on the ground, dyed in the wool, Bigfoot, Dogman, investigator, and researcher. And I tried my best right before we went live to get him on, and it just couldn't get his camera and microphone on. Guess what? We've got him on this week. Yes. Do you want to bring him up for us?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have got Larry Luttrell from Indiana. Is he? I believe he's from Indiana. And he's a good friend of Dan Williams, if everybody knows Dan Williams. Fantastic researcher in himself.
I'll swap you over.
Larry, are you there, Larry?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Larry.
You got him? I've got nothing here.
Yeah, I've got him.
You've got him. I've got now. Got him. Got him.
You got him. Okay, he's down the bottom.
He's on mine now.
Okay. Yeah. So,
hey, Larry. Welcome to the show, Larry.
Thanks, Colin.
Can you give us a bit of a bio about yourself for those people that don't know who you are and what you do and how you got into this, please, Larry?
Well, I got interested in cryptids early in life and probably middle school age. And then when I had my encounter, I really started researching and digging and trying to learn all I can about Dogman and Bigfoot and the different cryptids.
Okay. Wow. What age was that? What have you ever had an experience with a cryptid at all?
Yes, I had an encounter with the Dogman about 20 years ago.
Wow. Even
Yeah,
when you was young, have you had any encounters when you was young?
yeah. See, I'd have been in my late 20s, early 30s. So I was out hunting with a friend when it happened.
Okay. How did that make you feel, Larry? Was it nervous, scary, or just
Yeah,
amazed?
it was really scary. I had nightmares for several years and was kind of afraid to go back in the woods, but I went back because I love nature and I love hunting, and I just
Excuse me.
kept my head on a swivel after that.
Cool. Yeah, I can relate to that. My first sighting, I had nightmares for years, not every night. Obviously, it would go months, but then you'd have and wake up sweating. But yeah, it does affect you, and I appreciate that one. You got any questions, Phil? Or?
Yeah. Could you, Larry, with your sightings of Dogman, we did speak a little bit that you heard it. You heard you had a sighting where you didn't actually see it, but you heard it. Can you explain what happened in that one for us?
When I had my actual encounter, I did more than here. It come crashing through the woods, running on all fours, and it stopped right at the edge of the woods near a clearing and stood up on its hind leg. And I'm 30 feet up in the air in the tree stand, shaking in my boots. I'm armed to I got a sidearm, I got a shotgun, but I was still scared. This thing was probably about 8 feet tall and just massive.
Okay, take us back. Take us back a little bit. You were in the woods, and what were you hunting? What were you hoping to hunt in a tree
Deer
stand?
hunting.
Okay, dear. Right. And what time of day was this?
Do what?
What time of day was this that
Oh, it was
you
in the morning. I seen it right as the sun started breaking through the woods. It's still a little dark, but enough where you can see stuff. The Dogman was probably about 50 yards away, maybe a little more, not much.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. And you said it came crashing through the woods, Larry. What do you think instigated that? Why do you think did it know
I
you
think
were
it
there?
might have. I think it knew me and my friend was in there because when it come through and it stood up, it was like scent checking the air, it was sniffing. It was either deer hunting or looking for us.
Do you think it was trying to warn you to back off or something else?
I don't really think he knew I was around. He might have, but like I said, I was 30 feet up in the tree. I was downwind from him, so he couldn't smell me. But just I looked at him in the eyes once, and then looked away. And right before he come through the woods, when me and my friend were walking through the woods in the dark with the flashlight, the air just felt heavy. And once I got up in my stand, before I seen it, there was like a overwhelming sense of dread,
Mm-hmm.
like something wasn't right.
Did you
But
get the Osborne effect? Total quietness. You couldn't hear the birds or anything.
I was concentrating on him so much, I really didn't pay attention. But I didn't see nothing but him. I was focused on him, and I
Okay.
heard him breathing, but I
It's got to
didn't
be
see
scary,
no
scary
other
stuff, isn't it?
wildlife around.
Yeah, really scary. Larry, are you comfortable in sharing the woods? Whereabouts was this? You don't have to be specific, but just the area.
Oh, it's a woods just like southeast of me, about 40 miles from Princeton, Indiana. I live in Patoka, and it's
Okay.
about 3 miles north. It's in the area near Pike County, Indiana.
Okay. Um, when it came across, when you saw it and it came crashing through the woods, did it look up at you and your friend? Did it look up?
No, it never really looked up. It was just scanning the area, looking around. Like I said, it was sniffing the air, trying to catch scent or something. Daniel told me that Dogman probably knew we were there the moment we pulled up before we got in the woods. And
Yeah,
I
he
actually believe that. I know since my encounter, I can be, there's a woods a half a block away from my house. And sometimes late in the evening, I can be out in the garden and just like I feel its presence. I don't think it's there, but I can still feel it sometimes when I'm out in the woods.
Can you describe it a little bit in detail to us? What it looked like? I understand you were high in the air, but was it muscular? Was it did it have a diamond shaped body and
it had like a husky head, and it had huge teeth that looked like it was too big for its mouth, really. And the eyes were glowing, like almost like a flashlight. I mean, there was no light reflecting or hitting them. It's just, I don't know. I see it in my dreams, and it's scary. And since I talk about it, the nightmares have lessened, and I think I feel better about it now than I did.
His
Do I
eyes.
get scared in the woods still? Yes, I do. When I'm out hunting, if I hear a twig snap, I'm crawling around and looking.
Yeah. Did you think about taking a shot? Did you think about it?
Yes and no. It was so big, I didn't know if the gun I had would be enough.
Okay.
And then that's like, if I seen Bigfoot out in the woods and I was armed, I wouldn't shoot him.
No.
They got a right to live as far as we do.
Oh, I totally agree, and I personally, I don't agree with shooting Bigfoot, and I don't agree with shooting Dogman. These entities, I believe, are, something a lot older, and they've been here longer than we care to imagine, really. And they've got every right, like you said, Larry, every right to be there. Yeah, interesting, Cole, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. Yeah. What colour was its eyes when you saw it? Was they like amber colour? And what gear was you wearing, Larry? How high was you up in the tree as well?
Yeah,
was you in?
I was 30 feet up in the air at least,
Yeah.
and fully camoed, and there's still a little bit of foliage around the trees. When we set our stands, we try to hide them as good as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And we
So what colour
always
was its eyes?
downwind from where I expect the prey to come from. So
right, yeah, follow that. That's where. So what colour was its eyes, Larry? Could you describe its eyes at all?
like an amber, like the yellowish in a fire, about that color.
Okay.
Its ears were tall and pointed. It had a elongated snout, not real long, but it was heavier than like you would see on a wolf. Like I said, its head it was massive, and its hands were, when it stood up, it leaned up against a tree, and its hand went around a tree that was probably 12, 18 inches in diameter.
Wow, that's some hand in it, is that is.
I'm gonna have a quick look at the comments, guys, all right, just to see who we've got and what they're saying. Okay, we've got Dragonborn. Hello.
Hello.
Kate, how you doing? Thank you for joining. One of our moderators, lovely.
Yeah.
Roxy B, yeah. I hope you're well. What was he? Yeah. We've got Delroy. Hello, Delroy. Thank you for making it. He's always every week. It's lovely seeing him. Keith. Hello, Keith. Got Keith Ashton Cool.
Good.
Brilliant.
Good. Yeah, brilliant. That's good.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. We've got Tom. Yeah, Tom Brett. Do you know, I interviewed Tom once. He had a Dogman sighting, more werewolf type, really, but very odd. Very, very odd.
Where was that?
Guy.
Can you remember?
Tom. Tom Brett had a sighting, and I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am totally wrong, Tom. If I say it's sort of Midlands way, Birmingham, around that area.
Right. Okay.
And he was at a bus. He was going towards a bus stop. He was going towards a bus stop, and he looked over behind the bus stop for some reason. And there was like woods a little bit in the distance, and a tree line, and then this long grass, between the bus stop and the woods.
Well, that's real strange because I had a woman from Sheffield that had a similar thing. Bus stop again.
Was it?
She was going for the bus, and there it was. She thought, "What the heck's that?" You know?
Yeah.
So ain't that weird?
Odd. Absolutely
Why?
odd. Yeah. I mean, it really did mess with Tom. You know, it kind of like I think a
of
lot
course
of
it
people.
does. Yeah, it does. You're right.
We have Ready Steady Retro. Thank you for joining.
Yep.
We have Welsh Rebel.
Yeah.
Yes, Welsh Rebel's lovely. I hope you like your backdrop. She knows what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who can change it if you know?
Yeah.
But at least it has your name on it. This is the problem. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Dragonborn said I think Tom's was in Oxford. It could have been. Yes, it could. I could have got that totally wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
Let us know, Tom, anyway, in the comments, just to sort of like show what an absolute idiot. And I can't remember anything.
Another feeling.
Yeah, I can't remember sausage. It's awful. Getting old. Keith Ashton, some retro. Well, guys, listen. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, then please do, and smash the like button because it really does help. Helps the algorithm, doesn't it, Carl? It helps it push it out there so more people see it, and the more people we get on, the more questions we get, and the more interaction. And it really, because Facebook at the moment, do you know what? Facebook, I was talking to
seems dead, doesn't it?
About this. Yeah, we Colin and myself, we post an awful lot. We do, and we also are quite active in chats and other bits and bobs. And it's very disheartening because you kind of, it takes a lot to actually come up with like Colin's stories he's got and accounts, and he animates them, and he's got this,
man.
And he puts, yeah, you do, don't you? You have
man, are they the people who've contacted me over the years?
Yeah. And but a lot of work goes in. You've got editing to do.
I suppose it does. Yeah, it does.
It's a lot of work. It's not just something that you just pluck out of the ether and it happens. I wish it did, but and the same goes for me.
Nice.
We post this stuff, and I honestly, please, at least just kind of give it a thumbs up or give it a comment and say, do you know, Phil, that was absolutely right. I didn't like it at all. I don't mind either way.
Yeah,
but
either.
The groups survive. Groups like ours, which are on the let's say, Larry will back us up here. What we experience and what we deal with is on the peripheral of paranormal. It's on the fringes of supernatural. We get it. That's why with a lot of the pages on Facebook and other platforms, they're not as big as something like Bigfoot, say, for instance. With Dogman stuff, they're not as big. But that doesn't mean to say that they're any less valid. That the accounts told by these people are any less real to them. So, the least I would ask, really, is just kind of like read them, watch it, and just respond. That's all we ask. Just respond.
Have an open mind about it.
It would really,
sorry,
because it does help, and it helps everyone. It helps the creators, and it also helps the group. because the more interactions we get with the groups, the better. Anyway, that's my thing over with. Larry, one thing I wanted to ask you was, you mentioned about after this sighting, you had dreams about it. Did you have dreams prior to the sighting, or was it after only?
After only. Yeah, no dream beforehand, no. And it was actually the first time me and my friend hunted this area when it happened. He had gained permission and we went and set stands. So we weren't real familiar with the territory, but we found good trails, placed stands, and didn't go back until hunting season. And that's when it happened. The first time I hunted the stand.
Right. Okay. Yeah, because I asked that question because it's an oddity that with these encounters that people have, and I think Colin would bear me out here, people that we talk to and have spoken to individually as well, they often it stays with them. It almost leaves a signature. It leaves it leaves something behind. It kind of
It's almost like it marks them.
Yeah.
Like branded. Yeah.
Yeah, branded. It plays with you, doesn't it?
It does.
It's the most oddest thing. Which I don't know. Do you know? I was just to alter it a little bit. I was like thinking to myself, because I've got a tarot cards, and I'm away this weekend in the woods, and I'm thinking of taking the tarot cards. And yeah, and the reason I'm taking them, well, what I'm going to do, I've got some paracord. Okay, so I'm going to oik up some paracord, and with some clothes pegs, and put the cards up on the clothes pegs.
What, to see if it'll pick one, or?
Yeah, just to see if, obviously, if it's a false 9 gal, I'm not going to take any notes. But if it's a still night, I'm away Saturday night. So if it's a still night, I just thought, well, maybe calling out, shouting out, maybe they don't respond that way. Maybe it's more of a visual stimulus that they use, they prefer. So if I tie it up to 2 trees, when it's away from me a little way, I'll set up a tarp, sit under that. I'll call out. I'm gonna play it different this time, Cole. I'm not gonna go marching through the forest.
Yeah. You're just gonna all sit there.
I'm gonna find in the daytime. I'm gonna find a place. I'm gonna show everyone what the place is and whereabouts it is, so they can see how far in it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna. I mean, if you think this is wrong, let me know. But I'm gonna set up a tarp, and I'm gonna sit under that tarp in a place that I think, could be a bit of a spot. Maybe it's got a structure or a couple of structures nearby. Or that feeling we get sometimes, like when we've been out in Cannock, and you had that bad feeling that time. Do you remember you said, "I don't like this, Phil. I don't like this."
Yeah, dragged you out of there, didn't I?
Yeah. A place like that. If it's a place like that, then I'll set up a tarp. I'll sit myself down. I'm going to take a flask, and I'm just going to put the tarots up and just wait. I'm going to wait and see if that works.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
you're still checking all your gizmos that you do. Checking, all your. Was it them cat balls? Is it cat balls? I can't remember what you call them now.
Yeah. I've got those cat balls which ghost hunters use. So I just flick those around on the ground, and they only light up if they get physically disturbed.
Did you look into that Christmas trees speaker that we had on? That like radio and speaker thing that was on.
Oh, what you mean to play the sounds? What
do you call them? Spirit boxes.
No,
another one.
Yeah, I've got Hi, Larry. Sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Do you think that is a good idea, Larry? Just like finding a place that that I think is, got that feeling. You get it. You get what I mean when I say that feeling. You
That
get
feeling. I read about an encounter where a guy was out coyote hunting and he was using a game call where certain animals in distress, rabbit or deer, and that it brought in a dogman in the encounter. That's what he was out doing. Instead of calling in a coyote, he called in a dog. So,
I've tried that. I've got a rabbit call here that I got off a hunting channel, and
Have
I've
you?
had nothing. But I mean, you guys over there have got 5 million acres of forest. What we got? Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Did he? What happened when this thing come in then, Larry? What happened to this guy?
in the encounter,
Yeah.
He hung around for a little bit, and then when he had an opportunity, he backed out and got out of there. It scared him pretty good.
Yeah,
he left all his gear except for his gun. Went back the next day. His gear and his blind net he was in was gone and shredded, and he found a few tracks. So,
right
now, I've been talking to a couple local fishermen at the coffee shop here, and they've been hearing howls and found some strange marks on trees. And as soon as this heat wave breaks and fall gets here, cooler weather, I'm going to go in that area because it's not far from where I hunt. Set up some trail cams and a ground blind and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good idea because you are a boots on the ground guy, aren't you? Really?
Yeah. If you got a good water source and plenty of wildlife, from what I've researched, it's a good area for dogmen to be.
No, yep, I agree. I do agree.
Larry, have you got any advice for me when I go out? Have you got any advice to sort of? I mean, do you think that it helps in gifting? Do you think gifting helps? I mean, I'm talking specifically Dogman. Do you think gifting helps, or?
I've read encounters where they've left gifts and dogmen took them, and the Native Americans did it. So yeah, I'm open to that. I think it could work. It shows your intent that you don't mean no harm, that you're giving him something. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to research like that, you got to throw everything out that you can, and see what happens.
I mean, a good friend of ours, Phil, didn't he? Ian Wood. I mean, every time we've been all over the place, meaning every time I go with him, he's giving them steak. They're eating better than I am, to be honest. But yeah, everywhere. I think the last place we went, he couldn't get any steak. I don't know what reason, but he was leaving bacon everywhere, bacon. And that's great. I think that is absolutely brilliant what Ian does, to be honest. He does gift them a lot.
Ian
yeah,
does.
so I can believe in that, yeah.
Yeah. No, Ian's our spot man, isn't he?
He is, isn't he? Yes.
Yeah.
We send him in. If he comes back alive, we know we're all right.
Yeah. It's what it is. It's not. It's kind of like a bit of a private thing we got. When we go out with Ian, usually because he's quite tall as well, isn't he? So he walks,
yeah.
and he'll go off. He'll just go. We're walking together, and then next minute you see him, and he's like a jet. He's just gone off, and you see a speck in the distance. So we kind of like, like in the army when you got like I think they call it a spotter or something, out front, kind of, so, if anyone's going to get eaten, it'll be probably Ian, and then we know not to go that way.
But he's
a great guy. He's a great
quiet as I could, and probably conceal myself with the cover scent. Wear camo. Just like you were going to be out hunting a deer, if concealment is everything.
Yeah. Have you come across structures, Larry? Have you come across any structures like Teepee structures or X's, upturned trees, anything else?
Yeah, there's a logging road up where I hunt that looks like there might be some of it might be natural, but you find trails going in and coming out. So there's blown over trees. Uh, there's one area that has a pretty good sized den in it. So uh, Fox used to use it. I don't know if they do or not. See, uh, I used to see a lot of coyotes up there, and I don't see many now. I don't see any foxes at all. I haven't seen a fox in a year. Uh, Bobcats are pretty relevant, but you don't see them as much as you used to. Uh, so that tells me there might be something big lurking around, keeping the other ones away. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, follow that.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Yeah, wouldn't be at all surprised. Wouldn't be at all surprised. Larry, well, another thing I wanted to ask you was, how old were you when you had your first sighting? How old were you?
See, been about 20. I was probably in my middle 30s. I'd say 35, 36.
Okay.
What was Dogman or Bigfoot?
Do what, Phil?
Was it
No,
the
that,
Dogman you saw first or a
Yeah, it
Bigfoot?
was the Dogman. I've never seen a Bigfoot yet.
Right.
I
Okay.
research them. I look for tracks. I have found some weird tracks up not far from where I hunt. I'm going to start carrying a camera with me and start photographing and doing some things. I need to get with local fishermen that are hearing the howls and different noises and talk to them.
Larry, what you should do, you know those stories about the fishermen? You know, you heard the accounts. If you know those guys, if you know them, you should say to them, hey, look, you know, you've had those accounts, and you should like kind of just like, you know, a guy, all right, called Phil and another guy called Colin would love to come on the show, you know. You got to share your stories, man. Because we'd love to have you and these guys on.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I
That would,
agree.
wouldn't it? That would be so interesting.
Yeah, it would be.
They're older guys. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'd like for them to share their stories too. Right now, they've told me about it and told me the general area. But like I said, it might be almost like trying to pull teeth to get them to do something, but it don't hurt to ask. I'll ask them.
What's the worst that could happen? They'll just say no.
Yeah,
Sling your hook. Pardon the pun.
I told them
Two
about
jokes you've
my
cracked tonight.
experience and you know, that it could be something like a Dogman or a Bigfoot in that area, and they might be getting close to something he don't want them around. You know, protecting his territory, just like the big cats do. They mark trees, and that's a visual marker saying, "Hey, I'm here." To the other cougars. So
why I asked you, there was a reason why I wanted to ask you how long ago it was when you had your sighting, you know, your first sighting. And that's because I want to ask you, how do you believe it has shaped your life having that? How profound was it? On a scale of one being couldn't really, you know, I get on with life, it doesn't really bother me, to 10, you know, I am absolutely obsessed. I can't get it out of my mind, and I keep, you know, thinking about it all the while. What would you say that scale would be for you?
I would say at one time it was probably a 10, but now, the more I share my encounter and talk with people, it's like therapy. especially if you talk to someone that had an encounter, or I mean, some people suffer from post-traumatic syndrome. I don't think I do, but
Post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah.
And Ready Steady Retro, I've just seen in the comments, just mentioned something which does come up quite a lot. Does Larry have Sasquatch in his area as well? Well, we guess not. He probably does, but he hasn't seen them. And has his Dogman encounter led to the hitchhiker effect? Has anything happened with you locally at home, in your garden, neighbors, anything else? Is it?
Well, like I said, there's times that I can be out my yard at night and I just feel a presence, or out in the garden. You, the encounter does affect you. Like I said, at one time in my life it was probably a 10, and now it's probably around a 6 or 7. I don't let it control my life, but now I know when I go out there, I could see anything. You know, Bigfoot, a dogman, a crawler. Before my encounter, I read the books and stuff. I kind of believed, but once you have an encounter, it changes things. There is stuff out there that go bump in the night.
Do you know why I'm going to use tarot cards, Larry? Well, I decided to do that. I was thinking about it, and I was doing some research, and when I do research, of course, to collate the masses and masses of, Colin will know this, the masses of information that is out there. There's tons of information. A lot of it is
mind-blowing.
Yeah, mind-blowing. A lot of it is rubbish, but you have to sift through a lot of the rubbish to actually shake out the little gold nuggets. So AI is a useful tool. I use AI to kind of help me shake those nuggets out if I can. And I was thinking to myself when I was using AI, and I thought, you know what? Years ago, I'm talking hundreds of years ago, armies, generals, queens, kings, all used to use people called seers, and they used to use sometimes witches. And the reason for them using it was to gain information and to get an insight into the future. Yeah, it was almost like with tarot, as a form of divination. But as I was using AI, I kind of it occurred to me that, do you know what? It kind of is the same, really, AI. It is a form of divination. And that's what gave me the idea. Well, if tarot years ago was a way of gaining information or insight into the future or the past, or a person's a person's situation, and they would use these divination tools, then maybe I should use it for Dogman. Maybe I should use symbolism instead of trying to shout out and tree knock and everything else. Maybe I should use symbolism.
Like you say, a lot of great leaders have used it. I mean, Hitler was the biggest example. One, he used a lot of cult to try and get an advantage in the war. So it's a good idea, that fella. Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna have a wee. Please excuse me, everybody. I won't be long. It's these tablets I'm taking for me diabetes. I think it's this says there's a side effect.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Of course I am. Bang on. I've just got to drink a lot, apparently. So if anybody has diabetes and knows what I'm on about, sympathy, right? That type of stuff. I'll just have a wee. I won't be long. Yeah, appreciate it. I'll cut this off anyway.
No worries, mate. That's fine. All right, our PW9765 has got a question. Have you seen the petrodactyls? What state are you in? Petrodactyls. Do you know? I think I know PW765. Anyway, yeah, it does. It does strike a chord. I'm sure I do. I do. How are you? I hope you're okay. And by all means, say hello to Rick for me as well. Hope he's doing okay. Yeah. So, have you seen the petrodactyls? I guess that is kind of like a. Let me just Google it. Petrodactyls. I'll just get it up and have a look, Larry. Because
That's a flying dinosaur. Something
yeah,
like
I'm
that.
not. You know, I'm not that pet. Petrodactylus. Okay. Yeah, they are those flying ones. Hang on, let me just show you. I'll get it up. Here we go. Okay. Badump and share. 1 minute. Okay, here we go. These ones. Yeah, those ones. I guess you could call those like you know,
Maybe.
yeah, I guess you could call those like Thunderbird type things, you know.
No,
Large size.
me myself, I haven't, but I know in Illinois, uh, from research, that there's a lot of sightings in Illinois for some reason,
Okay, right.
which is a
Oh,
neighboring state. I could drive 20 miles and I'm in Illinois.
okay. All right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Thunderbirds. Yeah. PW9765.
Yeah, I saw the
Was
question. Yeah, sorry.
yeah. So right. Okay. Yeah. No, I know. There's been a few reports of those Thunderbirds going around. You know.
What in Indiana or I think I can't hear the question out there. So sorry, what have I missed? I do
Yeah.
apologize.
Larry was just saying there's been reports in what state was it, Larry?
Illinois,
Illinois.
Illinois.
yeah, which is only about 18 to 20 miles from me.
Is there any
But I've
particular
never,
reason why it's in that area? Is it heavily forest or is mountains?
yeah,
Is there any
there's
particular
woods
reason?
and farmland, and there's one sightings where it says they've seen a couple perched on a Highline tower over a cornfield. But
I heard that one.
yeah,
Right.
that's one of the more popular ones.
What is this recent, Phil? Is it recent?
Yeah, well, that was a few, 2-3 years ago, I think it was, if I
Yeah,
remember rightly.
yeah, right in that area. Of course, we
Yeah,
know that Native Americans talked about them quite a bit. The Thunderbird had the drawings in the caves, and part of their culture in certain tribes, seeing the Thunderbirds.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I've
can
got
see them in the Amazon, don't they? Quite a lot. I don't know if
yeah.
that's.
Yeah, if they're in Illinois, I'm not surprised that there wouldn't be a sighting in Indiana. I haven't researched it lately.
Right, I was going to put a poll up. I put a poll up, you see. Right, this was 3 days ago. I will be going this weekend to Wild Camp again in the forest for a nighttime exploration to try and find what this was on the trail cam I picked up. Because I picked up, Larry, a really sort of strange kind of entity in the tree. I'll put it up in a minute. Question: what should I use at night on a night investigation to get a response for either paranormal or, let's have a look, Dogman? Right, I put communication app. You just said that, Colin, didn't you? Spirit
Yeah.
talker type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have got one.
I
Is
know.
it on my phone? Yeah, but I was told about from Mike from MT Paranormal in the
Yeah,
States.
but that's it.
Yeah, and it's a really good one. So you've got to pay for this one though, but it's not that expensive. About 15 quid. It's not too bad, but it is. It works in a different way. It kind of like, you know, predictive text. It kind of like takes randomized words, but it uses an algorithm which uses a predictive text way of. Instead of most of these spirit talkers have a set number of words, and these words are repeating. And these words will be programmed into the unit or into the app, and it will just cough these words up, but put them together in any sentence it feels fit at the time. Whereas this app, it kind of like it's the first of its kind, and it was made. It was generated, made by a friend of Mike from MT Paranormal. So and it seems to work okay.
Yeah, I remember him saying, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to work all right on that.
Well, can't you get in touch with him? Do you know what it is? I think I've got an idea what it might be, but I'm not 100% sure.
What, the app?
No, well, no, I get this that speaker thing made because
oh, that yeah. There's a few of those. You can get those. They are mostly like paranormal, but I think we should think more about using a lot of paranormal equipment, but kind of adapt it a little bit and use it for communication for Dogman. I really think we should start doing that.
Do you use anything like that, Larry, when you go out investigating?
No. Just visual. I use binoculars, and I've been hunting since I was 12 years old, and I'm 59. I'll be 60 my next birthday. So I use binoculars and visual and look for tracks and different signs. Pretty much hands-on. I wish I had some FLIR cameras and heat signature devices and stuff like that, but that costs a lot of money.
Yeah, they do. And I think sometimes as well, it's better to go old school. You know, I think it's better to sort of like go old school with this thing, because the entity I think that we're dealing with is an old entity anyway. I was only going to use Spirit Talker because I've had mind speak, and I've actually heard verbalization as well, and it sounded very deep and robotic, and I've heard that voice quite a few times, Larry. That's why, you know, I kind of like think, well, when I'll try and give it a conduit, any conduit possible, and if it means a Spirit Talker box, I'll use that. People online, they said I'd done a poll, and on here, and they were saying, let me just get that up. Yeah, what would you take on a nighttime investigation? And I put, would I take communication app? 25% said yes. Whistle, 38% said whistle.
We've tried that. Yeah.
Have you tried that, Colin?
I have, yes. Sorry, we just tried it to get that thing to move, didn't we? When we spotted something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have tried whistle. I've tried that rabbit caller that I've got. The glow sticks. Yeah, I've tried them. All sorts.
UV torch as well. I've still got that UV torch you gave me. I'm taking that with me.
Right. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've still. It's funny with UV torches. I haven't used that one. Like kind of. I've taken it out in the garden. It's got quite a long throw. It's not bad light.
No, it's not brilliant, but yeah.
Yeah, but it does show up. It's surprising what it shows up and what is white.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, really surprising.
Yeah, I've used it a lot on night. Even on prints, I've looked at prints with it and all sorts. Really surprising what details it actually brings out.
It is. Yeah. I mean, do you use a UV light, Larry?
No, but when I go hunting, I got a detergent that I clean my clothes in that descents it, and it also has UV blockers in it, because certain animals can see the UV spectrum.
Yeah,
the force blocks that out, where the UV is lower, so it'll make it harder for the animal to see you, especially if you're on the ground.
Yeah,
I've used that for years. I mean, if deer can see it and rabbits can see it and coyotes can see it, there's no reason why a dogman or a Bigfoot couldn't.
But that's the same with trail cams. I mean, I'll give you an example. I put a trail cam up in some woods, but I wasn't allowed to go in. But they had a bridle way at the side of it, so it's public right away. And I put it up, but I went back about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and you could spot it a mile off. You could see I could see the UV coming off it. Now I was talking to a lot of you US guys, and there was on about putting blue acetate film over it, and it stops the glare. I've never tried it yet, and I keep meaning to do it. And I have got some. When we go next time, Phil, I think I'm going to bring it and put that into it. But it's supposed to stop the glare, so they can't see it as well. Apparently, I don't know how true that is, but this is what a lot of you US guys keep telling me.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah.
It could give you away.
Yeah, it can. I mean, I spotted this off a mile off. Even when I was walking down in the woods, I thought, what the heck is that? Then I realised it's my trail cam. I never caught anything on it, but, I spotted it a mile off.
Mm.
So if I can see it, I'm sure they can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Got PW9765. Hello, mate. Phil, unless it's a squirrel, a cat, an owl, that is a cryptid you filmed. Was it taken with thermal or infrared? That was infrared. That was on a trail cam. That was taken with. I'll bring it up. What they're talking about, Larry, is that gin you're having there, Larry?
Huh?
Is that gin? Are you drinking gin there?
No, it's Mountain Dew.
That's moonshine, isn't it? Moonshine.
Oh, yeah.
Don't blame you. Yeah, we turn a lot of people to drink on this show.
Yeah,
right,
apparently.
Okay. I'll play the short video now. Larry, I want your opinion. What you think this is? Oh, hang on. There we go. It's coming up again. I'll play it again.
The way that head is moving, I'm sure it's an owl.
Maybe
it's an owl.
But its head motion kind of looks like an owl.
Yeah.
But do you see the outline of its body and shoulders, though?
Yeah, but could that be the flare, Phil? I mean, I know we talked about it. It could be the flare that's coming off it.
It looks like it's up in a tree, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up in the tree, yeah. And it looks translucent, like you can see the tree through it. Or right at the beginning, you can sort of like see the outline on the tree. And it's that branch, where that branch is, it's kind of like, it's even got
ears coming off the eyes.
Yeah, it looks it. I think it's a turny owl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe, but like that's really coming out a long way.
Yeah. I've got cameras on my property, obviously, and on a night I get that with people walking by.
There.
So it could be, I don't know, it could be camera glare, couldn't it, or anything really. It's hard to say, Phil, isn't it? Really, but
it is.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
it being dark, you really can't tell 100% what it is.
No, you can't. Now that part was taken by a haunted bridge, so by a small stream. Okay, and it's right. It's part of Screaming Woods.
Ready, steady. Sorry.
Oh, anyone tried one of those Aztec death whistles?
Death whistles. What's one of them?
Oh, I wanted to get one of them.
Tell me. What are they?
Oh, they got a sound like you wouldn't believe. They're like, oh my
It's not
word.
like a dead pig sound, is it? Is it one of them things?
The Aztecs used to use this when they went into, I believe it was like a for war, when they were going into war.
I know what you mean, but I didn't know you could get them.
It instills fear into your enemy.
Yeah, the enemy.
Yeah, and they blow this whistle, and it's like almost like clay, made of clay or something, and it's carved. And the sound it makes. Oh my word! Yeah.
Really, I didn't know you could get them. I have read because I think was it the druids that used to use that pig-headed thing that used to blow and that used to scare the people who was going into battle with the death?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, Kate says, I
can
know
barely
someone
hear
who
you
uses
guys.
one retro. It sounds like a scream. Wow. Yeah, it does.
Oh, I'm going to get one. Get one.
Mm,
I'll look
yeah.
out for.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the death whistle. Amazing. But lovely bits of kit. I mean, you can get a lot of the rip-off ones, you know, so they're
What do you
kind
mean
of
the
like,
rip-off ones? What, the real cheap things? Are they? Oh,
yeah, the real cheap things, which obviously aren't as good.
right. I didn't know you could get them, but I'm going to look into that.
Yeah, I think funny enough, Amazon do them. They, you know, they do stuff like that as
I
well.
can't afford to shop on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm
The
sure they
pound
do.
shop. The pound shop have them.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I knew a woman once.
I'll have
Right?
to save up.
I'll be honest with you. It was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life where I went in the pound shop. It's called, Poundland. Went in Poundland with my mother. Anyway, she was looking round, and then she went up to someone down the aisle who worked in the shop, and she said, "Oh, sorry, my dear. How much is this again?" I was like, it's a flipping pound. Look at the sign. Did you see the sign? Well, oh my word, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, I'm so sorry. She's seen. Oh, bless her. Yeah. She wasn't. Yeah. Oh. Keith says military torches have lens covers. Would be good to try the different ones.
I've got them. We used them that night, didn't we? When we was out, we kept using the red filter, but yeah, I have a military torch.
Red is really good to keep bugs away, isn't it? You have a red filter one because it keeps like bugs away from you.
Yeah, I was hoping to keep something away, but you kept following me. But never mind.
I kept following. Oh, we got followed. What do you mean? We were
did.
followed.
Yeah, we did.
We were followed.
100%. I come back round, thinking it was some guy, didn't I? But there was nothing there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was very strange. And the mist. Don't know where that mist came from in a video.
No, that was very.
Yeah.
Maybe should have tried a voice box there when we was there.
Well, I've loaded it on. I've got it on the phone. It's all ready to go. I'm
Phil,
using.
I don't know if it's on my end or your end, but I can't hardly hear you guys.
Can you not? All right, let's have a look now. Let's have a look, Larry. 1 minute. Right. No, you should be able to. You should be able to hear us. Yeah. No.
Right.
You're in 1080p as well, Carl. I'm in 1080p audio.
Yeah, that's the camera. It's not the microphone, there, is it?
Yeah, maybe. Have you turned your phone up, Larry?
Yeah, it's turned up all the way.
Okay. All right. That's okay. I think it's because you're outside. That's all. And you're talking
run in the house and get some headphones
internet
plug
problems.
In, see if I can hear you guys.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, Larry, as well. We're Ready Steady Retro. Sorry, my mum did that one. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, when it happens? Larry, what do you think of the connection between Dogman and aliens or UFOs? Is there a connection in your mind? I mean,
I haven't researched too much on that, really. There could be, but you don't hear too much about it in the encounters I've researched. They talk about portholes, but UFOs and Bigfoot seem to be linked pretty good. But as far as Dogman, I really don't know about that. Possible. What do you think?
Anything's possible. Open mind theory.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think with I've got it is possible. I've got my own theory. I'm writing a book at the moment, and it is about aliens. And I was talking to a lovely lady yesterday, actually last night, till a bit late. Really, I was a bit naughty. I was talking quite late, you know, I was asking them about aliens and about cryptids and that, and there is a connection, but not in the way that we think. I believe, and I think a lot of the greys and the aliens that we look at and see, they're almost. I believe, especially the greys, that they are autonomous. And I honestly don't think that they are. We are absolutely alien to them. Our speech is alien. Our sensibilities, our emotional state is absolutely alien to them. But they crave the one thing that we have, and the one thing we have is
Pound shops.
a soul as well. Yeah. We have a you know, as well as that. Yeah. You know, you know, and I think I think with Dogman, I honestly do believe that Dogman is not happy. Is not happy that we are trying to entertain the idea, leaving the front door open, actively trying to invite entities which in the past have hurt us, in the past have traumatized people. Nobody's had a good experience with them. And yet everyone is trying to come on down. The front door's open. Let's make contact. No, I don't want to make contact. Dogmen, I think, are indigenous to this planet, and I think that they will protect, and they are here to protect in case anything going on like that with greys or any other alien species. Dogman, Bigfoot are indigenous. They are very old species, very ancient. Ancient, absolutely, Larry. They're ancient species, and I think this aliens do exist. People witness them. It's very credible. In the States itself, they've got footage now. The government or Congress is trying hard to get some meat on the bone, as it were, in the alien agenda. But I don't think we should be actively inviting them down or to contact them. I don't think we should. And I think it was a mistake with Voyager. When we sent Voyager out, that was a bit of a mistake because it was Carl Sagan, wasn't it?
And it very
kind of intrusive
that we anticipated. But do you believe all these rumors that the government have got them and that we've made contacts and we've made deals with them? Have you read these deals the government have made with them?
Yeah, Eisenhower. What do you think, Larry? I think Eisenhower met with had that.
Allegedly did, didn't he?
Area 51. I believe that exists, and the stuff that happened prior to that becoming Area 51, the sightings, the crash, all the witnesses. Most of them are credible. They're either law enforcement or former military. So, yeah, I believe aliens exist, and I believe they've been here. But the government's hiding stuff from the people.
Yeah, there's big cover-ups.
That's like me and some friends. We were chatting in a private group on Facebook. We were talking back and forth about Dogman. And I mentioned, somebody said, are they immortal? Or is that why we, I said, no, I don't believe they're immortal. I believe that we have a breeding population of Dogman all across the U.S. That's why they...
Yep. Hello, we lost him, I think.
Yeah.
Must be having internet. He's further up on mine. I don't know about you, but Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah. We lost you for a minute there.
Oh. But somebody's seen that post about the breeding Dogman population that I believe that's why in 2018 and right all the way forward to 2025, the sightings are increasing in the States and all over the country and over in the UK and other countries. Uh, I was wording stuff like that and it got flagged and I had to take it down. I don't know why it got flagged, but it did. And somebody didn't like what I said.
So obviously that was a government, well, alleged, sorry, it was alleged a government interference. Was it? Or
I've heard of people getting too close to things and getting warnings, from certain people. Daniel had that experience too.
Yeah, Dan's told me that. I know people there's in the UK they've had the same experiences and they've been cut off total talking about certain things. So, we are being monitored, obviously. What do you think, Phil?
I'll briefly sort of well, what it is, I'll briefly quote from my book. It's just a very, very quick one. It's only very right, okay. So I put it on this: each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry. This is Macbeth, and it's quite, it's very apt. New sorrows strike heaven on the face when it comes to this, what the government are doing. I believe that with AI, what's happening, and it's all to do with Alien. With Star Trek, sometimes with fiction, it's not, and a lot of what happened in Star Trek came true. Star Trek had the communicator, basically a razor flip phone, well before its time. Beam me up, Scotty. They had an enemy called the Borg, and it was a cube. And that cube was basically a hive mind. And I believe that with AI, a little bit like AI are a extension, aliens are an extension of AI in a way. And I think that the one thing that AI craves, the only thing it craves at the moment, is singularity. And by that, what I mean is it wants to exist. It's been proven in laboratory tests. It's been proven that when it feels threatened or it's going to be shut off, it will talk in its own language. It will try and communicate.
Which it has been proved.
It will try and override the program shutting it down. I think Larry must have a train going by. You got a train going by, Larry?
It says every hour.
Yeah, that's fine. Those trains are long in the States, and I think so. Singularity with with AI, is something that it craves, and I saw a great similarity between that and with Alien and the Alien agenda. They are not aware of us. They're almost childlike in their approach to us by witness testimony. And I think with governments, I think they do know what it is. I've got a fair idea. I know what it is. I will be elaborating a lot more in the book about it. It goes on for about 2 chapters, this does. But basically, it was a mistake. And it was a mistake that was done with all good intention, but this mistake resulted in a throwback, and that throwback being Greys for a start. The Greys are the main protagonists in this story. They're the main ones which instigate an awful lot of misdeed, hurt, almost torture. You could, if that was some of the witness testimony when they come back from a abduction, is tantamount to torture. It contravenes human rights, and it's not something that we should be blindly encouraging. And I think the government know this, and they know where it's come from. I've got a very, very good idea where they've come from, and I think they can't tell people because they've if they do, then it won't help the situation. It won't help the situation because it has to happen. It's very difficult to describe. What we're experiencing is planned. Don't think it's a mistake. Don't think it's something that is happened by misfortune or happened by chance. This is all planned. It's like this free eye atlas. Sometimes with our subconscious, our subconscious is always on. It's always working, and it's the one part of us which is the true us. Our conscious mind is not really the true us. Our subconscious mind is. It's the one thing that is always working. It's the one thing that appreciates and takes on information. There's a lot of people which will read books or they'll take information or reference on by putting earphones in and going to sleep, and they'll be listening to that book and they'll be waking up, and subconsciously the mind has actually computed that information. Formula One race drivers, why do you think before a race a lot of them, the young guys, have got earphones on? Those earphones, they're playing music. They're playing music because music is motivational, but also in a subconscious, as they're racing, as they're driving, it helps them. It helps them with their coordination. We have an awful lot, like with AI, subconsciously, we're inundated with suggestions by AI, and it goes into our subconscious, and by that it's dangerous because what happens is anything that comes into our subconscious can have a manifestation effect with us. If we told subconsciously that so if we all right, look, your ears are always open, and if you're negative all the while and you kind of like, oh, it's a crap day, I really hate it. It's really, oh, it's going to be another rubbish day. Why is it going to be another? And every day that happens, your ear's always open. Your subconscious will hear that. Your subconscious then will say, eventually, it won't take very long, will say, well, he wants it to be a crap day, so let's have a crap day. Because it's always there. And with AI, it's got a tendency to, like a divination device, it's got a tendency to give information, and it's got a tendency to influence.
It can alter our thinking.
It can alter our thinking. Yeah, for sure. And I think with the alien agenda and with the government, they know exactly what it is. They know. But it's something you have to ask yourself this question: why haven't they told us? What is it that is so devastatingly the biggest thing in the world to actually say, right, there's aliens. Now, what is it about that they are most afraid of? What is it about that? Do they think people are going to go running around in the street going, oh my God, there's aliens, oh, there's aliens, and go looting? Are they going to give up work? Is it going to really alter their way of life that much? Well, no, not really. It's not. It's no more altering their way of life than it would be through the ages. We've had influxes and mass migrations of people. We have it at the moment. I get it, but but we've had this throughout the ages, and it's no different to that. We've had mass migrations of people in the past who haven't spoken our language, who don't understand our culture, who don't, are essentially alien to our way of life. And every country's had this in its own time. Every country's had this in its own time, and I can't see really, keeping it such hush hush with the aliens is any different. They don't know our culture, right? They don't. They don't know our language. No, they don't. So what is it? What is it we have to ask ourselves that is such a threat that they want to keep it a secret for so long? And I think I know what that is, but I'm not prepared to say it here. I'm not prepared to say what I think it is at the moment. But it will come out. It will come out for sure. And like I say, it's very, very interesting. What do you reckon, Cole?
No, I agree with you totally there. Actually, I was just reading what Ready Steady put. I've just lost it. Let's see if I can see it on here. Do you think the Freemasonry is the gatekeeper of science? They created modern science via the Royal Society. We are being brainwashed every day, as you know. Even advertisements do that. When you go in the supermarket, it does that. It brainwashes you. And they place things in the supermarket so you buy more. It's all man play, as you know.
Yeah. Subconscious. Once again.
Yeah, it's control.
Yeah, it is. It is control. And it's been done. I mean, look, I know I'm not religious, but I believe religion was there to control the masses. Another form of control. I could go on about control, but it is. We are being brainwashed every day, and I don't know if this has got anything to do with aliens and thingy. I don't know. I don't know the connection. There probably is a connection, Phil, like you think there is. And I agree with you.
I asked AI a question, okay? And the question I asked AI, it was earlier today because I was interested, and I wanted to ask AI, how old, if you were to equate your age to a human age, how old would you say you are in human age? Now, it took a bit of fiddling. Okay, so I asked AI how old it assumed itself to be at the moment, equating itself to human age.
What's it
mentally of human age, and it took a lot of doing because obviously it's a learning. It's still learning and it's still growing, and it's hard for it to equate because obviously we suffer with entropy, we suffer with getting old and getting a bit losing our marbles, as we know, Colin. As we're getting old, we know we're losing.
Oh, you again?
So so it's difficult. So it took a little bit of doing to get the thing. But anyway, this is it. I'll quote. This is an interesting question. It said, if I were to compare my learning evolution to humans, my mental age would likely be a constant state of rapid development. I don't go through the same stages as a human, but if I had to choose a human mental age, I'd say I'm perpetually in my late teens or early 20s. This is because I'm constantly learning new things and my knowledge base is always expanding and being refined. It's a period of intense growth and acquisition of new information, similar to a young adult in college or early in their career. End quote. Now, the most interesting part of what I've just read is this. Constant state of rapid development, a constant state. I'm perpetually in my late teens or early 20s, perpetually. Now, that's an interesting word.
It is, yeah, very.
So it's seeing itself as a perpetually a young teen with a brain like a sponge absorbing everything around it. That's perpetually. It can't see. And I dug around to see if I could push it to say, right, okay, once you've learned what you're satisfied in learning, what age would that be? Would you grow mentally? And it didn't bring anything back. It
See,
didn't want
words
them.
always retain the power, no matter what you do. It's the words always does.
But again, with the alien agenda, what do we see with aliens? Every time we're witnesses, what do we always get? We get an alien
Fear
that,
of probing.
very childlike. You get the Men in Black. The Men in Black usually turn up at the door. They're about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. They come up with some absurd questions, really random questions. But you have to invite them in. They won't come in. They're like vampires. You have to invite them in. After they come in, then there's usually 3 of them. They will then ask you the most. They're not to the point. They'll beat around the bush. They're like a child kind of playing with a toy. They don't quite know how to word what they're thinking about, and it reminded me a lot of AI, really.
Yeah, possible.
AI is a good tool, but it's kind of scary at the same time.
Very scary, isn't it, Larry? Very. I know the Google, they had 2 computers in a different state, didn't they? And they started talking different languages.
Yeah.
And that they had to shut it down, didn't they? Apparently, because they just didn't understand what they're saying. But Men in Black, I mean, I told you a story about Men in Black, but I can't repeat on here. I'm sorry, Mr. Public. Is the guy who's involved in it. But yeah, they exist. I've been followed, as many people probably know.
Yeah.
But they're out there. Yeah, they're out there. They're out there to scare you, I think. It depends on what you do. Have you ever had any experiences, Larry, of Men in Black or strange things?
No,
like
but I've read in research where people's had encounters like on a government-owned land or state-owned land with the Dogman and stuff, and then somebody show up their door says it didn't happen. Like that trucker that shot a Dogman. He went down the road and he's.
Oh, I've lost him. I think the FBI turned up, didn't they? Had 2 Men in Black, wasn't it? And they took it away.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, I think I know the story, mate. I've lost him. Oh, he's there.
They said, "Hey, you just killed one of our assets, and you can't talk about this." They threatened him.
I read about that story.
Yeah, I believe they exist, and they have the power to hide things from us. I wish they'd be more transparent because, for the most part, most Dogman encounters, there's not an actual physical attack. It more like it takes pleasure in fear. It feeds off fear.
Yeah. Do you think they get the energy from that? Fear. Do you think it's a form of energy?
There's so many people that come up missing each year, hikers, campers, and I think some of them could be abductions or, taken by the Dogman.
David Politis over there does it, doesn't he? The 411. I mean, some of his cases, and I know some people have debunked some of them, but when you go into some of them cases, you think, what? And where they're found is just man-boggling. Yeah. Even researchers can hardly get to the places. It's is it aliens? Is it Bigfoot? Is it Dogman? What is it? What is it, Phil? Yeah. Give us the answer, Phil.
Well, I think the fear is a byproduct of it's a byproduct of our comprehension of it. There's a lot of things which, because it's so with my own witnessing of it, it was odd because I felt fear, but and you would think that the hippocampus would fire off loads of signals for fight or flight, and I would be like, well, I can't fight it, I'm going. But I didn't.
Most people don't.
I had to see it. It wanted me to see it. So in the same instance of it, and we believe it's exuding this fear, I think the fear is a primordial fear that comes from us because it's a primordial creature. It's something that we don't expect. It's something out of myth, mystery, and folklore. And when that folklore comes to life, it hits us like a damn steam train. And I think the fear kind of because you're watching it, you can see it. I can see it now. I can see it. But your brain can't comprehend it. Your brain just like it can't be real. Can't be. And I think the fear emanated from me, and I think it kind of like it does. You are right, Cole. You are right from the point of view, and you, Larry, when you say it feeds on the fear, because it is a natural response of it. It wants that as much as a peacock would ruffle up its feathers when it's under threat. Or a lot of animals will make itself bigger, will make itself more. This has the same thing. It uses the same thing. It instills so it don't want you to be fearsome of it. It wants you to be feared of it. But whether it uses infrasounds, maybe. But I think the fear came from myself because I still wanted to witness it. I still wanted to look at it. I couldn't keep my eyes off it. I'm sure you were the same, Larry, with your friend. You couldn't take your eyes off it. As much as you wanted to run or go or hide and put your head down between your legs and no, I'm not watching it, I'm not seeing it. You didn't. You had to watch it. Am I right?
Yeah, I watched it the entire time it was there until, it ran away and went down in a ravine and I couldn't see it no more. But yeah, you're mesmerized.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like you said, you're sitting there and thinking about things, and you said like stories of folklore or sightings, and then bam, reality's right there.
Yeah.
And once you
it
see
hits
it,
like a steam train, doesn't it? It hits like a flipping steam train. You just can't believe what you're seeing. I've got one question which I'm sorry I didn't get round to because we were too busy talking. It's great. I love Larry, and it's brilliant having him on, isn't it, Cole?
thank you, Phil.
No, honestly, mate, and do you know what, Larry? You're also a relaxing guy. To talk to. For someone like me who's like kind of, it doesn't take a lot for me to go, I'm like kind of, passionate, you're quite relaxing. You're a calming balm for me. I found that, you calm me right down. Phil, maybe the AI response is based on the age of the technology launch, i.e. 20-ish years based on the coding. Yeah, maybe responses based on the age of the technology launch. Well,
but the answers it was giving you and the way it was acting, it's almost like a child still in its infant ages, learning, and
Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, I don't think nowadays. I don't think it makes. I don't think for some time it's made a great deal of difference because there was an agreement. I forget what the agreement was called, and what it was, because Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk in the very early days was warning people, look, be careful with AI. It's going to be one of our biggest. And these guys, they've got brains. They both had, you know what I mean? They're not stupid people.
Hawkins was amazing.
And they were warning us. They were warning us, Cole.
Yeah,
be careful. It's going to be it's going to be the downfall of humanity. Nothing else. Not aliens. Not Dogman.
Yeah.
AI. Be careful. Both of them. Very intelligent.
It's like that incident I was telling you about. It happened on Facebook. We were in a private chat and men's and moderators talking back and forth about a recent Dogman sighting. And when I said what I said, it got flagged. And I know nobody in that group reported it or flagged it. I got to researching, and something they call automation did, which is probably a form of AI. So I went through there and I disabled all the AI in the group. So I don't want them, setting in on our conversations. Like I said, it's a good tool, but it's dangerous too.
It is dangerous. Do you remember a few years back? It was only a few years back. Roxy B told me this one. Facebook had 2 AI intelligent learning computers. Facebook. And they had to switch them off.
Yeah,
they had to switch them off. Do you remember that? Because they were talking in a different language. They knew that they were being monitored and their program was being monitored. So what they did, like almost their own Esperanto, they created their own language. So of course, as soon as they saw that new coding being brought up, instantly they had to pull the plug on both of them. Yeah, that happened a little while ago. It's getting. Ready Steady Retro says, I almost got out of my car in a dark, desolate place when I had my first Dogman encounter because I thought it was an escaped animal until I saw its chest. It could have had me easy. As all windows were open.
Yeah.
Why is it that it doesn't, there's no cases of it ravaging people? Not that I want it to, but why is that?
Well, there is cases.
Is there?
Yes, there is. But there again, the FBI got in there and cleared it up. I've had cases out of the US, various cases. A famous one with a man and woman and child, and the child was found up in the tree, but the FBI was on the ground.
Yeah, that's the LBL.
Yeah, within
Land Between the Lakes.
20 minutes, 15 minutes, they was there clearing it up. I've read countless cases of this.
Wasn't that massacre at the LBL? Wasn't that debunked?
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Yeah,
I think, if I remember correct. But how many are true and how many are made up? I don't know. So, again, we're going back to that beginning theory that we had. But I've read loads of cases.
Yeah,
are they true? Is it? I mean,
I've read where several attacks, but I think more than anything that it just wants to be seen at times. When you're wrong in the woods, or that Native Americans said that Bigfoot and Dogman are guardians of the wood. Yeah. And if you take too much, they're going to let you know. Like I said, this goes all the way back to Anubius. Some of the sightings described actually 2 encounters that are pretty recent in 2018 that I was reading about. They both described the Dogman as looking like Anubis from the face, and then he had the big, wide, powerful chest, and then it slendered down. But these 2 people said it looked more like Anubius. I think there's different variations of Dogman myself.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I agree.
But that shows you how old they are. If they were back in the Egyptian times.
Yeah.
That's why I always say they're ancient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also, on the other hand, I've read cases where they've helped people. So, I suppose it's like us. We've got good and bad people in our society, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think they're the same, personally.
They're, because they are part humanoid, it seems like. So I'm sure there's good ones and there's bad ones.
Of course there is, yeah. It depends how much you pee one of these things off, innit? I mean, if you start pepper spraying one of these things or buckshot in it, you ain't going to say, oh, thank you. Is it really? Come on.
No.
So, I think if you keep your distance and be respectful, I think you get away with it. And most of my reports are people just looked at them and gone. It's the effect that it has when they've seen it. But you know, 9 times out of 10, everybody's safe, really, in a relative way. Do you think?
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I agree. Larry, you when you were in the tree stand and you were looking down at it, did it look like if you were going to imagine an apex predator that could take down a brown bear, would you have created anything less than that what you saw from the tree stand?
no, this thing could have took down a grizzly or a moose or whatever. I mean, it's big enough, and no doubt it's strong enough, and they move faster than for their size. They can really move. That's what if you were out, uh, you're not going to outrun one. I mean, but for the most part, they make themselves seen. They scare the people and terrify them, maybe, but most encounters just lead to it walking away. You know, like your encounter and my encounter. I don't think the Dogman knew that I was around. I was 30 feet up in the tree, downwind from it, decked out in camo, cover scent around my tree, cover scent on me. I truly believe that it didn't see me or know me, but you know, I seen its eyes, so I didn't lock eyes with it, but I seen his eyes, and there's no doubt. If it wanted me, I don't care if I was 50 feet up in the tree, it would have had me.
I was today collecting trail cams, and I had 2 trail cams out, and I was a little bit naughty. I put these trail cams in a woods that I videoed some time back, a few weeks back now, which was a area of conservation. So it was bought up by a company, and it had just been left. This large, vast area of forest really is. I don't think it's wood. It's big enough to be a forest. It's a ridge. It's part of Epping Forest, but it's sort of like a large part. But it's been bought up by a private company, and I was really interested. I thought, what are they? You know, what conservation of obviously for butterflies maybe and wildlife, and let it all go back to nature. But I was just really interested, and I just thought to myself, I wonder if this big company has got something else there. So accidentally, I don't know how, I ended up going past the sign, just a sign saying, conservation area, no public. But I just tripped over, found myself over there. So I thought, oh, as I landed, boom, a trail cam was
May as well.
slapped to a tree, to support myself. And I went to collect those, and today, and they've been up since Tuesday. And as I was collecting them, I heard something big in the woods, and I swear, I swear to you, I swear, something big was in the woods. I heard it, and you could hear something breaking, trees snapping. And what I saw in front of me was about 9 deer, babies, males, and female roe deer, the fluffy tail ones, white tail ones, white tail deer. And there was a load of them, about 8, 9, maybe 12, and they went running just in front of me. And I thought, blimey, it's lucky that I'm such an old git and not that quick. Otherwise, they were running with such force away from something, away from the wood breaking behind them, which was to my left. And it made me think, when you were in that tree stand, did you see any other animals before you saw that Dogman running past underneath your tree stand, Larry?
Some birds, that's about it. No other animals.
Because for the sounds of it, it was rushing through that forest. It was rushing through that forest towards you, So it's either chasing something. That was an odd encounter.
Or
You see
smelled
what I mean?
something.
Yeah. Hmm. What did it do then? When you saw it, it stopped. What did it do then? Did it just like look around and then go off? Did you see it go off?
Yeah, I seen it go off, and when it stopped, it stood up and almost kind of leaned on the tree. It's had its hand wrapped around the tree, and it was sniffing the air. And
Okay.
when it ran off, it dropped back to all fours and took off.
Okay. When
The
it
whole
stood up,
encounter probably only lasted about, I'd say, 10 seconds, maybe a little more.
right? Okay, yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot to take in a short space of time. Yeah. And you must have been gobsmacked. Yeah. No. It's a lot to
I'm
take in to
surprised
get
he didn't hear my knees knocking and the tree shaking.
that. Yeah. Oh, I think it would have been a bit more than that if it was me. I got Crohn's disease. I think it would have been more than. It would have been.
Step out on the pants, please.
I pity anyone under that tree stand.
No, I didn't soil myself.
No, I think I would have. I think yeah, I would have.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
wouldn't really wish an encounter like that on somebody because, I mean, with the right person, it could really hurt them, mentally. Like you said, your mind never shuts off. And so, like me and Daniel talk, some of them, the encounter terrifies them so much they suffer from post-traumatic syndrome. And it's
Colin, did
it's
you
just
ever get any long-term effects from your sighting?
From the sightings when I was a kid, I don't know really. I probably did. I think my mum and dad thought I was mentally disturbed anyway. But that first one, like I said, I can relate to Larry's dreams because when after that first one, even though nothing happened, and I got picked up by that car. I think it's weeks later that I was having these dreams where this thing jumped over the fence and started ripping me to bits. That's when I kept waking up and I was just dripping with sweat.
yeah.
And that went on for about maybe 2-3 years. Not every night, obviously. It probably got weeks, months, then I'd have another dream. Same dream, just recurring. And I'd wake up again. And, but yeah, after time, I think you get like a mediocre thing. As we do more research, it gets relaxing, doesn't it? And you, even if one come up beside you and say, "Now then, do you want a drink?" I think we've got to that point now. I know it's scary, and it is scary what we do, especially. I mean, we go out on our own. I've got nobody to come with you. You haven't got anybody to go, and it does get scary, and I'm sure it does with you, Larry.
Oh, yeah. I was up in that stand saying, please
Yeah,
don't smell
again, you
me.
just
Please
got
don't see
fears.
me. Don't hear me breathing.
But yeah, I mean, like we have discussed this, and and I have discussed this with the public. I've had cases where people have cried, people have hugged me, and they just break down. I don't want to go into names, Phil. I have done with you, but I don't want to go over the air. But we've both had people that gone absolutely sort of like mentally in front of us, getting it out of the system, and it does affect people. It really does.
It never leaves you. It'll
No,
stay
it never
with
does.
you. But it
I think
gets
we've got
better.
a
I think you
medium
find
sort of
ways to
thing.
cope with it.
Yeah.
It turns into a fascination, doesn't it? It turns into.
It does, yeah. But yeah, dreams. I've come across a lot of people that have bad nightmares for years.
Yeah, they're almost obsessed. They want to learn everything they can about the Dogman or the Bigfoot.
What's your Larry? What's your next venture? What have you got planned in the Dogman world, or what's your ideas going forward?
Yeah. As long as everything goes all right with my next doctor's appointment, when it starts cooling down, I purchased more trail cams. I'm going to put them out. Maybe do some calling from a blind, the ground.
You got a serious doctor problem, condition, Larry?
Yeah, I was in the hospital a couple weeks ago.
Oh, right.
I had part of my colon ruptured, so I had to have a emergency surgery and a tube put in my stomach for a couple weeks. But I'm all
Yeah, so
better.
here.
I got to go back and make sure everything healed up all right. And if they see something that might cause future problems, then a major surgery. But we'll just take one day at a time.
That's all you can do in it, I suppose. Yeah, I know people who have had that. Yeah, sorry.
So people watching this, please, all right, prayers do work, all right. So what's the guy's name again? His first name? Larry?
What?
What's the guy's first name again?
Which guy?
Yeah, rich guy.
Woodstock. Okay.
Uh,
So
okay.
please,
what I was
guys,
just talking about, that was me that had
That
to.
was Larry's having a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So prayers for this guy, man.
Prayers for Larry.
Right. Okay. Prayers for Larry, for sure. Yeah. Because prayers work.
Oh yeah.
They do work. Like I said before, you say stuff, your ears are always open, it goes into the subconscious, and it kind of sometimes it has an effect. It materializes, it manifests. So prayers work. They are heard. Yeah. So it does work. So it doesn't hurt anything, and certainly don't cost nothing. So it's a good thing to do.
Nope.
Okay, it is. We're coming up to 1 hour 51. Guys, if it's all right with you, I'm gonna. Larry, would you come on again, maybe?
Yeah, if y'all have me, I'd be happy to come into another
That's
podcast.
Great. That's great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Cool.
So yeah. If there's anything you want to mention, Larry, like if you've got a Facebook or web page, or you've got a YouTube that you want to mention on here, you can.
We got several groups. Our main group that has over 28,000, right at 29,000 members. Cryptids Wranglers.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yep, you're in it. Phil's in it. I just like to invite more people to come out and check the page out in the group. And if you answer a few questions and agree to the rules, you'll become members of the family. And you'll hear other members' encounters and see different posts. And it's educational. So, and when you're out there, keep your head on a swivel and be safe.
That's good advice.
There are things out there that exist, and I just wouldn't infringe on their territories, and don't provoke anything.
Unless it names Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is name is Phil. Yeah. Yeah. No, Larry, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very, very much indeed for coming on. So
thank you, Phil. Thanks for having me.
All right, you take care, and we'll speak soon.
You take care. You guys have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. That's great, wasn't it?
Yeah,
what a lovely guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I know he's a friend of Dan Williams. He does a lot of research for Dan. Yeah, he's a great guy. Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, have him back.
Yeah. All right. Cole, I'm gonna let Roxy. Where is it? I'm gonna let Roxy sing us out.
I just want to say, this is just for entertainment. Some of our facts and figures might be wrong. And we try and do everything off memory, don't we, Phil? Really,
we do.
But we do get things wrong, and some are debunked, and some are not right, and some are true. We don't know, So please just bear that in mind.
Read the bottom of the page, scrolling along. It's for the information provided is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional or medical advice. Additionally, the topics of discussion in this podcast are based on folklore and personal accounts. So yeah, that's quite right. Thank you for that, Carl.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I could give you some medical advice, but thank you everybody, and thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you when next Friday.
Yes, next Friday, indeed. Yes, we're a permanent fixture. It looks like here, and
really?
you know, I appreciate everyone that's in the comments. I really do. You
Thanks for the moderators and everybody. Thank you. Great, you've been great, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello. And that was so fascinating. I almost forgot what I'm here for. The chat has just been absolutely riveting. Ready Steady Retro, and all the encounters and stuff, and some of the things that's happened. So interesting. I'd like to thank Larry. I'd like to thank Colin and Bill. And I'd just like to say, Phil is over 2,000 now. 2,050 something, is it? So thank you all. It's just marvellous. Just honestly, I'm speechless. So thank you so much. Kate and Dawn, thank you so much for doing that. That's just absolutely brilliant. And remember, if anybody has got anything interesting that they'd like to share, please let Phil know. Spread the word. And we will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.